Hey, what's up, Raz? Trying to get organized here. Yeah, for lunch, I just got done with lunch myself. I got some Buffalo Wild Wings. I was in a mood for chicken today. Hey, how's it going, Iceman? Doing fine. Just had lunch. Figured have a good lunch and then try and get this done today. Sucks I gotta paint this on the desk. I can't get it in the airbrush booth. It's too wide. Yeah, we're gonna bring it to life. Right now I'm just gonna do a lot of like just washing and coatings and overspray. Took all the parts off on top off of it. I put it in the kitchen. I didn't want to snap anything. Yeah, I figured as much. Well, right now I'm just adding color. I'm adding browns. I figure what I'm going to do is add some browns, blues, purples to the rocks, and if some of that oversprays to the green, it's okay. And then what I'll do is I'll dry brush on the green to bring it back a little bit. But we want to... Mike wants to keep it like dark and ominous and like kind of a little bit more gritty. Because right now it's very bright and there's only like 4 colors. It's like a gray, a lighter gray, and a dark green and a green. If I was to paint this from scratch, I would have done all the rock first and really make it look rocky and then do all the green, but it's, you know, Lord of the Rings, so it's got to be like darker. So just gonna kind of keep going around and I mean, just adding the brown into the greens and stuff makes it, you know, pop a little bit more too. I just had to grab the turntable from the garage because I didn't want to put it on the smaller ones, and I put towel underneath, so I wasn't sure if it's kind of hollow underneath. So, trying to be careful. It's kind of like washing, but without doing a paintbrush, so I'm just kind of like letting it spread in and come down. Yeah, with this one though, it seems like they primed it. Like you could sort of see, like, I don't know if they tried to do a wash or they didn't get in the areas. You could sort of see whatever primer is underneath of it. It's kind of weird. So The only downside with this being so big is I would like the testers dull coated, but I'll probably have to let it dry, mask off some of the black in areas, and then testers dull coated another day. But the most important area is the front because the cape or the cloth goes over the sides. So whatever happens, the front's got to be the most important. Yeah, this one was definitely simplified a lot. But that's what happens. don't think this was licensed, right, Mike? Was this licensed? Because if it's not licensed, that's probably why it's not as detailed. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they just cheaped out on production then. I mean, the base coat is there. It just needed like washing, and it needed a little bit more coloring and stuff, and then sort of darken it up. So like the base is there. Like this is what I would have done with the rocks, and then I would have done all my washing on top of it, and then the stuff. So it's kind of like they just didn't do the extra steps. But the good thing is just adding color and washing it and bring it to life a little bit more will work out. Yeah, I'm doing everything except the circle part. That's what you asked for, right? That's what I was planning on doing. Hey Joe, right now I'm doing shading gray. Before the first wash was badger brown tint mixed with a little bit of purple tint, and my water with a little bit of alcohol. So right now, all I'm trying to do right now is get rid of all that under painting primer and get into deep crevices, and then I'll start bringing a little bit of the highlights out with a dry brush. But just trying to make it more, a little bit more. I'll add like a bluish purple after I do some of the highlights to kind of give it a little different colors. But it's these deep cracks should be darker, but they're not. I mean, if it wasn't already pre-painted with green on there, I would probably just do the whole thing that I would normally do and then the green. But since the green's on there, I'm trying to salvage it so not to go overboard. But the idea is to make it darker and a little bit more evil, I guess. This should have been painted pure black, but for some odd reason they got all that weird underpainting primer. Maybe it was painted black, but they did a wash with like a whitish brown that sort of dried lighter. I don't know, it's weird. I'm just trying to get rid of those areas and these cracks. It's weird. Yeah, I like I said, I would normally what I do is I would paint this all pure black, like out of a spray can, and then I would dry brush like a 50% gray, and then like a 20% gray, and then I would start doing washes of browns, blues, purples, greens, and then like do another dry brush and really kind of create like a different variation. And then after that was done, I would probably do the grass. But they just did a gray, a light gray, and then they did a dark green and a light green, and that was it. So I like to have a lot of different colors in there on the rocks. The reason why it would be good to do it in pure black is because this way you don't have to like jam the paintbrush in the crevices, and that black would stay there. And instead of doing just a wash on this, because, I don't want to, because this thing is glued on, and then the base, and it's kind of I don't want all the wash to come down onto the black base. But this is fine the way I'm doing it. It just takes a little time. Just keep building it up. I mean, just darkening in these little crevices makes it pop more than what it was. Since Garage Kits is gone, I tried to make my own Payne's Gray, which is kind of like a blue and black. Although, kind of don't know how much left of this black Freak Flex. That's what I didn't want to do. Hey Daniel, you know what? I should probably see if I can put up the original picture so you guys can see what we're looking at. I don't know how well you can see the difference, but now it's got a lot of browns, blues, not super heavy weathering because we don't want to make it look light. So I'm not going crazy with that. And now the green's got browns in there too, so at least it's not just pure green. That's the only problem with weathering. If you throw too much weight into it, you kind of kill it again. So I'm trying to go a little bit lighter with this. No, there's no... Well, there's a little yellowish green in the original paint up, but I didn't put any yellow in the rocks, though, because I don't like yellow going into the rocks. There's a little green in the rocks, but not much. Hey, raccoon. Hey, Will. Yeah, the bishop should be pretty good. I think we'll get that looking pretty good once I get it in hand and be able to start it. But at least the focus right now is this base, and just doing those brown washes and everything and just making it pop a little bit more. I don't know, it's probably can't see it too well in camera, but there's a lot more color in this now. While I'm working on this though, I'm debating if I really should put any green in there, but maybe if I can mix up a decent green, I can make the moss or grass pop a little bit. But I don't want to make it look like it's purely, like, you know, healthy green grass either. Well, all I did was put brown washes on it, you know, compared to what's... I mean, if you look at the original picture compared to what's there now, it was very, very, like a perfectly nice green garden, where now it's kind of a little bit dirtier. The only thing I have to do once it's done is I got to spray dull coat it down and stuff, because right now it looks very wet because of the paint and the washes. But we'll get it there, little by little. There's a lot of details in the sculpt. It's just that they didn't really bring out all the details too much. At least not with colors. Kind of like, I think the rocks is where I want to be. It's nice and dark now, without a lot of colors. Alright, we'll try some of the green back here and see. If I don't like it, then I won't do it. So let's see. I got this green. Some chromium oxide green. This is from 2000, no, actually from 1995. I still got the same tube. It's not a bright green, but it's not dark either. Let's see how this goes on. Like a little bit here and there, not much, just kind of dabs it. So it's not super yellow up top. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I love the reference. I love it. Good reference, good reference. I've been saying to my friend all week long, you're not Penske material. So, he's been telling me to shut the hell up, but I keep saying it to him anyway. Yeah, that's. I think that's one of my favorite episodes. That and when he what was it when he slept with the cleaning maid and he's like, was that wrong of me? If I had known. I love friggin' Seinfeld. I think I could watch that series all the time. Yeah, that's true. It's pretty much a show about nothing, and although if you don't actually own the series on disc, you can't watch a lot of episodes online because they won't show certain episodes because it's offensive, which is dumb as hell, but. I never really watched King of Queens that much, but yeah, I could see that type of error would probably offend a lot of people. You know what I did see last week? My cousin told me to watch. It's a show called Tires. It's about these guys that are selling tires at like an auto store. It came out, I think, in 2024, 23. It is so friggin' funny. I don't know how they put that show on the air, but it is all I. My friend just gave me the second season. I'm probably gonna have to watch it maybe tomorrow. But that show had me in tears. I was sitting there laughing like they haven't made a show like this in ages. So, yeah, check it out. Look up the trailer for Tires, or just watch the first episode. Like in the first 10 minutes, it got me hooked with the guy. But it's funny. Like, I never heard of it either. My cousin never heard of it until he said one day he was just on TV and it was on and he watched it and he said it was funny as hell. So, if you like some old school humor that's going to offend people, it's a good show. Yeah, I guess it flew under the radar because usually shows like that would have been like, people would have been crying about it and saying it's offensive, but it went under the radar and it is funny. Very, very offensive. If you're super soft about that stuff. It's sad that I gotta say that these days, oh, it's offensive, Back in the day, you would just say the show is funny as hell, you gotta watch it. Oh, you'll laugh at it. If you like the kind of shows I like, I think you'll laugh your ass off on Tires. And it's actually, if you could watch it without commercials, it goes by very fast. I think each episode is probably like 25 minutes. So I binged it on a Sunday night and literally in like a night, so it goes by fast. If you watch it, I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's in one episode, like it's kind of mid-season, it had me laughing so damn hard I was on the ground crying. It's been a while since I've seen a show like that. Yeah, I know. That's the problem, you know, like this is basically just think of the 90s and just say, "Hey, it's a funny ass show, you got to watch it," and then go from there. Ron White? Who's Ron White? Shane, what is it? Shane McGillis? He's in it. That's who I thought was funny as hell. Ron White. Yeah, okay, now I know who you're talking about. Gotcha. Wait, he might be in season 2. I don't think he was in season 1. Yeah, I think he might be in the second season. I don't think he's in the first season. Let me check. Oh, he's only in 2 episodes. Oh, he's in season 2, that's why. Yeah, I didn't watch season 2 yet. But season 1's funny as hell. Definitely check it out. You'll like it. Miniature. The only thing I really ever painted was I did that Elsa action figure where I turned her into a Jedi or a Sith. It was one of those like video game coin characters you get at the GameStop. And I absolutely hated doing it, but I did it. I told the guys, like, I'm not really into miniatures, but he's like, yeah, just do whatever you can. He's like, I'm not really that worried, so it's the only one I really ever did. I find smaller stuff harder. Oh, you mean like something like really small? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. It's bad enough I gotta use the headgear to see stuff. Yeah, I don't envy you doing that. Like I said, I find smaller stuff harder. I also find smaller stuff more work too. But I watch those guys on Instagram that can paint these small kits like nothing. But they do a lot of washing too, though, you know, like layering. So I guess that's why it works better for them. Okay, not really. How did you win it? Was it like a 3D print? Like club thing? Oh, okay. No. I don't know, mess with it. See if you like painting small stuff. I'm not a fan of it. I noticed though I get a lot of people asking me to paint small stuff, but they always ask me to paint it like this other painter does. And I always tell them like that's not how I work. I'm always telling them it's best to ask that painter for it. I guess those guys are pretty swamped with work. All I could say is pop on a movie, put some headgear on, and see if you can paint those things. Oh, are you stacking stuff and not getting anything done? Are you falling into the trap? Yeah, I every time a 3D sculpt comes out in STL, I'm like, I'm gonna buy it, and I have to sit there and stop myself and be like, wait, am I ever gonna get to it? Do I need it right now? So I'm kind of at that point with everything. Yeah, I don't even look at E206, 2046 anymore. I'm kind of like, I look at that site and I see stuff I like, but I'm like, by the time this comes out, there'd be like 20 STL files. I want more, so they just take way too long to ship. And a lot of the bigger stuff is just kind of turned into like the porn type stuff now, so I don't really pay attention anymore to that site. I mean, once a month I'll take a look, but I don't really care for it too much anymore. I think they just turned me off with sending stuff like 2 years later. It's gonna rain outside. Oh. Alright. I think this is pretty much done. I just have to flatten it up and everything. Oh, a second, let's see here. Yeah, there's just too much stuff coming out to sit there and be like, you know what, I want to get this, I want to get that. So I just kind of... All I want to do, the main thing I want to get is that new Bayonetta kit that came out, the STL file. I don't think it's on sale yet. I'm waiting for Black Friday. It might be on sale. Then I'll pick it up and then I'll have the guy print it for me. So, alright, let's get a little bit closer so you guys can sort of see some colors. So you can see it's got a lot more life to it now. Still looks wet though, but I gotta just flatten this all down. I don't know if Mike is watching anymore, but you can see it looks a lot darker now and a little bit more and you can see the top areas. Got a little bit more colors on there and everything. And what I did is I darkened up a lot of the edging. The camera might make it a little bit lighter or darker, but in person it'll look better. Just a matter of flat coating it and hitting it with some Testa's dull coat, and then that's pretty much it. I mean, the only other way you could take it is if you make it really, really darker, but then you figure he's got the black mask and a black cloak and a black base. If you make this black too dark, then it's gonna just like be a blob. So I think it's kind of at a good color. I don't have any black. I only have the blue. Because I think what he said is when he sent me the picture, like when the thing is over the base, you only kind of see like this front of this. You know, you only see about that much. But I think that pops a little bit more now. Yeah, so, alright, I'm going to let this dry, and then probably Monday I'll seal it up and everything. I'm too tired to bring this in the garage and try to set everything up. I still don't think this could fit in my booth, probably not. Alright, well that's it, I'm done. I just wanted to work on this for a few hours. I'll seal it up, send some pics to Mike, see what he says, and then that's pretty much it. So that's where I'm calling it for today. Alright, I'm out. You guys have a good rest of your weekend.